Okay. Filtration. What is filtration? Filtration is a process actually, okay, like to separate like sand from water, sand from mixture of sand and water. This filtration is used in funnel. You will separate sand and water, right? So filtration is a method to separate solid or group of solid or liquid in a mixture, right? Now people get confusion between filtration and diffusion. In diffusion they will not say this thing, they from the mixture of this, they will just say from like a sand from this water separating, or from, I mean, not sand from water, means like salt from, means salt water, sea water, okay. For this filtration they will say from mixture of this, okay. Now difference is like they will say mixture of this, mixture of sand and this, okay. But in distillation they will not say. Distillation is a method of separating, filtration is just a process, okay. In filtration they will say from the mixture of this, like wait, let me show you. See here, filtration, they are saying to separate salt from a mixture of salt and water, so you will use filtration, not distillation, okay. Iron filling from the mixture of iron filling and water, okay, you will use filtration. Distillation is like, from water, from means salt, from salt means what, sodium chloride, they will not say salt, they will say sodium chloride, or this potassium chloride from water, like this they will say. And diffusion, I already explained all these things, fractional distillation, diffusion. Just now I will explain only past paper question, okay. In chromatography, now amino acid, protein and all this, if they are writing plant pigment or color or glucose, maltose, if they are writing which method you will use for separating, obviously chromatography, right? uh, okay. Diffusion. Now what is diffusion? Diffusion is used for separating gases, or yes, separating gases like nitrogen or carbon dioxide. Also fractional distillation is used for separating gases, okay. And also fractional distillation is used for separating, both are used for separating gases, you can write both. Now I will show you difference between fractional distillation and simple distillation, okay. Here, so, fractional distillation is used for separating liquid and gases. Liquid means what? Liquid means alkane, crude oil, all the crude oil. Using this fractional distillation you can separate, okay. Like all the petroleum, okay. This chapter I have explained already before, you just go through it. Just here I am here to just to solve past paper, okay. Now crystallization, to separate dissolved solid in a solution. Dissolved solid means to separate crystal, okay, by evaporation method, like to evaporate, then crystal will form. So see here, now let's solve the past paper. Okay, butane from, okay, this question, this here they have given the option: simple distillation, fractional evaporation, chromatography, filtration and diffusion. Okay, methane from the mixture of gases, methane, ethane, I told you before. This all you will use fractional distillation, okay. And water from magnesium sulfate. Here now the confusion is here, you will use filtration or simple distillation. Obviously filtration is, to filter something, to filter from water, to separate it from water, okay. So he will give like this, like iron from the mixture, from they will mention the what mixture. Okay, if this is filtration. Okay, the water from magnesium sulfate you will use simple distillation, and this amino acid glycerin I told you you will use chromatography, right? So here see iron film from the mixture of iron filling and water you will use filtration process. Now here see evaporation. As I told you, in evaporation, like crystal, to separate the crystal from, I mean, water. Water will be evaporated and crystal will form, right? Now zinc sulfate crystal from the aqueous zinc sulfate. Aqueous means I told you in solution form. Okay, as I told you, evaporation to separate crystal from water. Water will get evaporated and crystal will form. Like this in zinc sulfate crystal from the aqueous zinc sulfate. Okay, hexane, you know, this alkane, all this thing. Obviously, fractional distillation. Okay, here one more question. Question number 1. I don't know which year paper is this. They have given all the option. They are saying use the method. Butane from the mixture of propane and butane. You know that all this, all the petroleum are used. Okay, fractional distillation obviously. Butane from the mixture of propane and butane. Okay, oxygen from the all the gases are, as I told you, fractional distillation. Also you can use diffusion process to separate gases. Okay, water from aqueous magnesium sulfate you are use simple distillation. From magnesium sulfate is what? It's a salt from water, right? You will use simple distillation. As I told you, like see the silver chloride from the mixture of, they will say, they will mention the what mixture of silver chloride and water is filtration. Okay, DC potassium chloride. Actually potassium chloride is a crystal. Potassium chloride is a crystal salt from the salt solution, from the aqueous potassium chloride. They are same. Aqueous means from a solution. Okay, so obviously crystallization. Okay, and glucose and all this I told you, chromatography. There's nothing to get confused. Okay, now simple distillation and filtration you may get confused. Now I told you like what type of question they will give you, right? The difference between filtration and simple distillation. Simple distillation is to separate just salt from water. The salt, they will not say salt, they will say magnesium sulfate or sodium chloride and all these things from water. Okay, this is all the thing I have explained my previous video. I hope you will not have any problem. Okay, again I am just saying you, chromatography is for all the protein, glucose and all this thing. Fractional distillation is for separating liquid according to their boiling point, like all this alkane and all this petrol and all this are separated using fractional distillation. Okay, and simple distillation I said to you, like from salt, from seawater, I mean from water. Okay, and evaporation is to separate crystal, that I told you, to separate crystal from the aqueous zinc sulfate. They are saying the name of the salt from the solution of the salt. obviously when they will evaporate water, the salt will form, right? And for filtration they will say the mixture of these and water, like this. Okay, and you know them what is crystallization, right? When the crystal will form. Okay.